Welcome to LobbyComply Pod from State and Federal Communications. We are your source for lobbying, compliance, ethics, campaign finance, and election news from across the country. Hello, this is Elizabeth Bartz, President and CEO of State and Federal Communications. Let me transfer you to Joe May, who will introduce this week's podcast.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I am Joe May. We are turning the tables today. Instead of me asking the questions, I have Nick with me, and he will be interviewing me. Introduce yourself, Nick.
Hi, Joe May. I'm Nick Hollis. I'm the Digital Media Coordinator here at State and Federal Communications. Joe is going to be the one that we are interviewing on today's topic, which is our 2025 CSR Annual Report. So, first question, Joe. How would you describe the mission of State and Federal Communications Corporate Social Responsibility Program?
How would I describe it? I would say this company's corporate social responsibility comes out of our commitment to excellence in our government relations work, but it's also born out of a sense of place. We have a privilege to work and make a living in this industry and in this community. So I would have to say our mission is to do our part to create the space for good to happen in both of those places. We do that through our corporate sponsorships, our philanthropy, volunteering in the community, supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion, and also by doing what we can for sustainability.
Excellent. Everybody here at State and Federal Communications enjoys taking part in the program year after year. We recently released the 2025 CSR Annual Report. How many years has State and Federal Communications been producing a CSR Annual Report?
Can you believe this is our 9th report? How did that happen? I remember when I set out to do the first report, and I was thinking, do we have enough events, projects? Do we have enough photos to warrant a report? I didn't need to be concerned. We've had an abundance of riches, a lot of things to report.
What are some of the major changes that have taken place in the CSR program since we started producing our annual reports?
What's changed? I think the scope, the scale of our programs has grown over the years. Our corporate giving has grown with fundraisers like our Donut and Cider Sale, our Holiday Service Project, collecting school supplies in the summer, our United Way campaign, and helping the American Heart Association at the Heart Walk. Elizabeth Bartz buys a mountain of Girl Scout cookies every year and donates them to local nonprofits to help families. All of these have grown. And then there's community engagement. We roll up our sleeves. We get out into the community. State and Federal Communications offers a charitable service program to employees who give at certain levels to our United Way campaign. They can then go out and use their company time toward volunteering at United Way's Read to Me Day, Day of Action. We have an employee, Ryan Silvestro, on the court-appointed Special Advocates Board, Joe Wasser volunteering at Coastal Hospice in Maryland, and John Cozine volunteers as a poll worker on Election Day, and so much more.
So, Joe, what do you feel stands out about this year's report?
Well, this was an extraordinary year, a year full of once-in-a-lifetime kind of things.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, in November, Elizabeth Bartz received the Athena Akron Leadership Award, and she gave a rousing speech. Elizabeth Bartz and John James received United Way's inaugural Brennan Leadership Award. You know, for those of us who remember Ann and David Brennan and what they did in the community, their phenomenal leadership, I think it's terrific that the first people United Way thought of for that new award were Elizabeth Bartz and John James.
Oh, yes, I was at that event. It was quite a phenomenal event. And you received the Outstanding Coordinators Award, correct?
Yes, I was honored. It was an amazing day.
I want to really thank you for being the backbone of this wonderful aspect of our workplace. I see benefits of the program at State and Federal Communications on a regular basis, whether it is a partnership with United Way, which yielded $70,000 in donations going to the most in need, or the Year-End Service Project, which last year generated over 1,800 meals for Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. What are some of the standout benefits that you see in our program?
You know, it is a team effort, and at the heart of it, it is about people. State and Federal Communications is a team of great people. The philanthropy and the volunteering go toward benefiting great people in our community who are facing real needs. So I am especially proud that our CSR connects people in a wonderful way.
If someone wanted to know more about the CSR program, how could they find out?
Yes, we print the report and we share it with our clients and with a number of local leaders and friends of the company. But the wonderful thing is anyone can see it online at www.stateandfed.com. And I think we have a link in the description of this podcast. We have an archive of all the reports there. They're in PDF form. Anybody can see it, and you can see all the wonderful things we're doing.
So, Joe, any last thoughts?
I am full of gratitude. We have great contributors to our CSR report. I want to give a shout out to Gamble Hayden, who truly is a leader throughout the year, championing our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Dave McPeak handles our recycling and provides our sustainability information. Our HR team, Beth Mullen and Anastasia Drescher, they do a terrific job with programs for our staff, which is, the staff is really our first stakeholders in CSR. And Nick Hollis, you have a vested interest in this report. You are the person who designed the report after all.
That's true, and it was quite a pleasure to work with you on the report this year. It was a lot of fun to put that together. Thank you, Joe, for our little chat.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks for listening to LobbyComply Pod from State and Federal Communications. For more news, visit LobbyComply.com. To learn more about how we can guide you along the road to compliance, visit stateandfed.com.